I received a question, and it was simply this: how do I know if a spiritual teacher is a good spiritual teacher? Well, let me ask you this. How do you know if a spiritual teacher is a good spiritual teacher for you? That's really what you're asking. It's not really, are they good? But it's actually, are they good for you? See, there's many spiritual teachers, and of these spiritual teachers, some are teaching at different levels, like you would experience in grade school, grade 1 teacher, grade 2 teacher, and so on. So it comes down to, well, what do you want? What are you looking for? If it's spiritual awakening that you're looking for, then I would say have a look at this spiritual teacher's community, the people that are surrounding this spiritual teacher, and see how many of these people are waking up. See how many spiritual awakenings are happening around this spiritual teacher. Because if you want spiritual awakening, that's what you're looking for. That's essentially the results or the fruit that you're looking for. So I would look to see if this spiritual teacher is producing any of the fruit. Because if the spiritual teacher is not producing any of the fruit, and you're looking for that fruit, well, then it might not be, he or she might not be the best spiritual teacher for you if you are looking for spiritual awakening. It's very similar to business, or how you would hire someone. If you want to hire a landscaper or a pool installer or someone to build you a cottage, something like that, you'd want to know if they have done it before. You'd want to see prior results. You'd want to see some sort of portfolio. You'd kind of want proof. Because there's a lot of spiritual teachers that aren't producing anything. There's a lot of spiritual teachers that have students or disciples or just people in their community that aren't waking up, that have been there a long time. So I'd say if you want to know if they're a good spiritual teacher for you, find out what you want and then see if they're producing that. Because you can always tell the quality of a tree by the fruit that it's producing. If they're producing high quality, juicy fruit in abundance, hey, that seems like a good tree. I'd say that's a good spiritual teacher. Right? So don't just look at the spiritual teacher. There's so many spiritual teachers. I mean, dress the part, wear the robes, know the scriptures, read it all, try and interpret it. But the question comes down to, are they producing the results that you are trying to achieve? Right? So don't just look at the spiritual teacher. Look at the community. Look at the people around. Is the community filled with people who have been there for 20 years, 10 years? Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of teachers that have a large following, but are producing very little fruit. So if you're asking for spiritual awakening, yeah, find out how many spiritual awakenings are happening around this spiritual teacher. And that will be a good indicator if they are a good spiritual teacher for you. And you'll know this because it will resonate in your heart. You'll be able to see, okay, they are producing quality fruit. There's the proof. And something's going to ring true. It's going to resonate with your heart. It'll feel like a match, which then you're kind of, you could say, checking those boxes. You know what you want, which a lot of people don't know what they want. You know what you want, spiritual awakening at all costs. You check that off. Then you're looking at the spiritual teacher. Okay, spiritual teacher. Now you look at the community. Okay, now can I see any other examples of what I want? Yes, I can. Check. And now are you resonating with the teacher? Are you resonating with the teaching? Are you resonating with just the presence? The energy? Check. Check, check, check. Yeah, I'd say that's a good way to find out if this spiritual teacher is good for you. See you in the next.